Hey guys, Coach Rob here at Rob's Fight Club in Horsham. I wanted to talk to you about something that I've been thinking about with the Olympics on right now. You got the Winter Olympics, and you see so much great competition going on. Years ago, I got a chance to ski. I was a freestyle skier. I used to compete in mogul racing. And I got a chance to go ski with the United States and the Canadian freestyle ski team up on Mount Hood in Oregon. And if you've never seen Mount Hood, it's basically like one of the volcanoes there, like Mount St. Helens out there on the west coast. But I got a chance to ski with the freestyle team, and we did all kinds of different trainings during our 10 days, I think it was, that I was there. But one of the trainings that we did was we specifically focused on visualization and mindset. And before I would go down and ski my course, I would have to visualize my whole course before I even went down it, and every little detail of that course. So I would have to visualize going through the moguls, how my body responded, where my hands were, what my legs were doing, keeping my eyes forward. As I would get to my jumps, or what we called airs, I would have to focus on my 4-point takeoff, my exact positioning in the air, my breathing, how I would land with my 4-point landing. I would go through all this stuff. I would see myself come across the finish line, and even see my scores as getting really good scores because my runs were perfect. But by doing that, I learned something that is very valuable to anybody who's competing in pretty much any sport. But this helps you a lot with the martial arts and with boxing and with kickboxing or MMA or whatever it is that you're out there. If you're trying to win or just do better in your sport. If you don't visualize yourself doing something, then you're just kind of going in there and winging it. But when you visualize yourself actually being perfect, and you can, you see all the little parts of your fight before you even go out and fight it. It may not work perfect, exactly how it's going to be when you go out there to fight, but you're going to give yourself a lot better chance of doing the right things when you do go out there. And your brain is funny because it doesn't always know the difference between what's real and what's pretend, which is kind of like why we cry at the movies sometimes, right? I mean, I don't ever cry. I mean, it's usually just my allergies, but But anyway, so sometimes we can trick our brain. Now it's as if our brain has already seen us do something. It's already seen us go and win that trophy or that medal or our match or whatever, right? So this is the secret that the Olympic medalists are using in order to go out there and perform at a different level than just anybody else. I learned a little trick years ago that somebody said to me once, how many sides does a coin have? And when you first think about it, it's probably really easy just to say 2, right? It's got the heads and the tail side. But what most people forget is that the coin has a 3rd side, and that's the edge of the coin that goes around the outside of it. So once you understand that there's more than 2 sides to a coin, you realize that the edge is where all of the, how is the best way to say it? I guess the benefits or the extra things that you're going to work on that your opponent's not working on, this is what's going to give you the edge in your fight. All right, this is what's going to make you become better than your opponent, because they only think there's 2 sides to the coin, but you know something that they don't know. You know that there's 3 sides. So you know that the edge has to do with your visualization, right? You know that if you do these little things, like if you focus on your basics, your footwork, your angles, combinations that your opponent may not throw, being awesome at defending shots before they even hit you. If you focus on these little things, then you will really have that edge in there. you're going to have an advantage over your opponent by doing the things that your opponent isn't doing. But don't just think you can wing it. I don't think there's any great Olympic athlete or anybody that's ever been great at anything that's just went out and winged it, right? You got to work on the things that are going to make you better. You got to work on the things that other people aren't doing. And now you're not only working harder than your opponent, but you're working smarter than your opponent. And that's what's important. And you put all that stuff together, and you can go out there, you can be an Olympic champion. Or hey, you go out there and win your first boxing fight, right? So it's exciting times here at Rob's Fight Club. We have a lot of people getting in awesome shape. We got people starting to go in there and take on their first few boxing fights. And it's awesome to see. But keep working hard. Don't forget about the edge, 3 sides of the coin, right? Work on the little things, work on the basics. Sometimes the person with the best basics is the best boxer or fighter, but don't forget about those little things that give you the edge over your opponent. I'm Coach Rob here at Rob's Fight Club, and I hope to see you guys here soon. Don't forget, make all your classes. Talk to you later.